All right, welcome everyone to this video. I'm here with one of our newer students. His name is Alex. He's been in the program just over a month now and just landed his first deal. Alex, do you mind just giving a quick intro on yourself, telling us where you're
Sure.
from, how you found
Yep.
Dakota and myself, and kind of what the last couple weeks have looked like for you within Remote Business Academy?
Sure. Yeah. I am 39 years old. I've married with a few kids, live in the Hilton Head area of South Carolina. Um, with three young kids comes the need for supplemental income. And
Yep.
so my wife, I think, found you guys on Instagram, and we started chatting with, I forget who the gentleman was that we spoke with originally, but we got turned on to digital real estate after looking at a couple other options. We like this business model the best. Obviously, it seemed like a good program for us that we could fit into. We're both working parents as well. So,
Yeah. What
um,
other, can I ask Alex, what other kind of options were you exploring out there?
we mostly
Okay.
Amazon businesses. But I didn't love the idea of all the upfront cost of that and actually housing inventory. Um, and it just seemed like a lot of work. It was a little daunting. And after getting introduced to this program, it just seemed like this was something we could do and intertwine it with our regular day-to-day job. So, and not very much upfront cost. I mean, a little bit, but and it's very entrepreneurial. As I've gotten to know how this really works, it's amazing how many different ways I think you can go with it and how much opportunity there actually is out there to get paid. So
Yeah, for sure. No,
it's been
that's
cool. Initially, the first few weeks where my head was spinning a little bit, I didn't really fully grasp what we were doing and what you guys were teaching. And it was overwhelming, frankly. And I got a little frustrated at the start, and then pretty quickly learned that patience, stick to the process, and then really did everything you guys taught or tried to as much as I could fit into my daily life. And yeah, it paid off a week ago. And that I'm just getting started. So hopefully
that's
more to come.
that's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That is so great. So
Yep.
you've got in that couple week period, you've got one site up and rented, and
Yep.
then do you have another one in the works or
I'm doing research on what I'm going to do next. And I've been trying to stay local to myself because I know the area, but I'm sort of learning that this area might be maxed out in some of the better niches. So I'm starting to look at, other cities like my hometown where I'm from in the Northeast, and just there's plenty of growing cities out there. It doesn't have to be. I just started with where I live because it's obviously the most, I know it the best, and I know I could actually. The way I was thinking about it was if I needed to actually go speak to a contractor face to face, I could do that. So that's why I wanted that initially, but it really doesn't matter, as you
yeah,
know.
for sure.
So,
Yeah, you can do it from anywhere in the
yep,
world, quite
yep,
frankly.
yep,
Well, that's great. Now, walk me
yep.
through, did you have, before joining RBA and working with Dakota and myself, did you have any experience building websites or doing
No,
anything online in the past? Okay.
I mean, I'm tech savvy. I work in wealth management. I know how to, you know, I didn't really understand how to build a website at all, but I know how, I know what I'm doing on a computer, but I'm not like a coder or anything. Um, but strikingly makes it pretty easy, and the training makes it pretty simple, pretty
Awesome.
idiot proof, as I like to say.
How long would you say it took you? Like, how many days or weeks did you work on
Uh,
your first one? Obviously, that
well,
one's going to take a little
yeah,
longer.
and the website it's really still only 80% done. I haven't fine tuned it the way I want it, but um, I would say 10 hours, which, an hour a night for a couple weeks at most, I would say. Um, it really just depends on how many hours a day you can dedicate to it. And for me, it was, sometimes none, sometimes 2 hours. So, um, but yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it goes quicker than you think, and it's actually quite interesting because you're learn. I never thought I was going to be a website builder in my life, and it's pretty easy. So,
Yeah. Now, when it comes to website building, I think I
mhm.
saw the you have somebody that's interested in maybe having you build a website for them and pay you
Yes,
to do that work. Kind of walk me through that. Is that the same person that's renting your site from you, or
yes.
okay,
So the way I built a handyman website,
okay,
and because it was very low hanging fruit in my city town. I did my phase 3 research. I called a bunch of contractors. There was this one guy who I eventually did the deal with. He seemed like the most detail oriented, seemed the easiest to talk to. We kind of hit it off. I built rapport with him. He's in the map pack, but he didn't have a website. And so he was an obvious candidate for me. I started calling him, giving him leads I was generating with Google Ads while the website was being built, and just handing him off to him, and getting to know him the whole time. Um, and then eventually, after 3 or 4 leads, I just told him, pretty much what Dakota teaches, which is like, hey, you have 15 minutes I want to streamline this process better. You know, um, and then in that 15 minutes, sort of explain what I was doing. Didn't give him the full story, but and then I just let him talk, and he sort of talked himself into wanting a website, and he's just never gotten around to it, and he's not very tech savvy and doesn't have the time, yada yada. But and then where I'm at right now, he was like, why don't we just, I was like, whatever you're comfortable with, we can start there. He was like, $500, keep the leads coming. Let me look at my existing website that is dysfunction. It's defunct now. It's not working. And we'll analyze what needs to be done for that website, and which he hasn't gotten back to me yet on it. But so now um, I quoted him 4,000 for the website, or 3,000 for a rebuild. Um, so we'll see, but I don't know if I'm going to give him my website, or he's just going to rent the leads from me and doesn't want a website. We haven't really determined what exactly he wants, but I know he does want a web presence. So, which he doesn't have. He
yeah.
does mostly Facebook, right now. So it's kind of still up in the air where it's going, but he's willing to keep paying for the leads, and so I'm just going to keep giving them to him and keep refining my website, and then hopefully get it ranked
That's
in the coming months. But
That's perfect. That's awesome.
yeah,
And that goes right in
yeah,
line with what you're saying of there are so many individually monetizable skills that you learn
yeah,
within the digital real estate umbrella, if you will, right?
mhm,
So, obviously you can build and rent out a site. You can just have people pay you to build their own websites, do Google business profiles, help them
mhm,
with ads, uh, reputation management, so many different services and skills that you're learning that you can then go out and make some
mhm,
money with, right? And the biggest thing that are that you're mentioning, right, is when you
mhm,
start to talk to business owners and you start to talk to people about what you do and what you're learning, then all of a sudden other doors start to open
yeah,
for other ways that you can make some money, right? And
absolutely,
that's the beautiful thing about digital real estate is all of a sudden you can be renting out a website and then you're building the guy a website and then you're helping with SEO and you're doing this and that and all of a sudden you're making a lot more than just, $500 a month or $1,000 a month off of one
right.
client. You're making that plus a $3,000 or $4,000 website, plus some ongoing SEO, et cetera, et
Mhm,
cetera. So
mhm,
that is so awesome, Alex. And that's
yeah,
all taken place within just a few week period of signing up, sometime
yeah.
in July, I
I
think,
think it's
right?
been 5 weeks, 6 weeks maybe. Yep.
Awesome.
So
That's great. Well,
I didn't think it was going to happen at first. I really didn't. I really didn't. But better lucky than good, I guess. But
No,
yeah,
that's great. Yeah, and I think exactly what you touched on earlier. You're like, hey, I just blocked out the noise and said, hey, I'm gonna follow these trainings, and
right,
the proof's in the pudding. So it either works or it doesn't, right?
right. Yep,
So that's
yep,
awesome. Well, thank
yep.
you so much, Alex.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and stop this interview here, and then we can pick it up and
All
see
right. Sounds
ways
good.
how we can help you
All
out.
right.
Okay? Thanks.
Thank you.